My name's Alex Nelson, and I was assigned the slippery slope fallacy. The slippery slope fallacy is when a person believes that an event, some type of event, it's typically a bad event, must eventually follow another event that happens. It's typically an exaggeration by the person who believes that this event is going to eventually happen. It's typically a very large exaggeration. Um, AKA, if we allow A to happen, then Z, which is a bad event, will inevitably happen after B happens and C happens and so on. And it's also sort of like a domino effect. And my first example is if you start off the day grumpy and dreading your plans for the day, then you will eventually end up having a bad day. This is an example of the slippery slope fallacy because it is kind of like the ABC domino effect. If A happens, aka if you start off the day grumpy and dreading the day, then eventually Z is going to happen. You will end up having a bad day. And my second example of the slippery slope fallacy is once you start gambling, it is hard to stop yourself. And next thing you know, you're in debt and you're doing anything you can to support your family. And eventually, your family is going to leave you because of all the debt that you're in. This is an example of the slippery slope fallacy, and it is also an example of the over-exaggerations that some people use for examples of a slippery slope fallacy. And like the last one, A happens once you start gambling, and then B, it's hard to stop yourself, and then Z eventually happens. Next thing you know, you're doing anything you can to support your family, whom is going to leave you eventually. And that is the slippery slope fallacy.